Let's take a look where the markets closed on this Tuesday. It was a rally across the board. One of the best days of the year for the stock market. Dow up 512 points. The NASDAQ up over 2.5%. The S&P also up better than 2%. Small cap Russell 2000 leading the way, up 2.62%. Actually gained slightly less than the NASDAQ there. But both the NASDAQ and the Russell, which had been getting hit hardest during this sell-off, doing a little bit more of the bouncing on this Tuesday. Of course, Jay Powell coming out reassuring markets, making everyone feel good, and seeing a nice reversal after a tough start to the week and the month, and after markets endured their worst month of the year in May. Joining me now for the final half hour of the program, as always, my co-host Jen Rogers and Melody Hahm stopping by today to take in the sights and sounds of the final round here. So when we kind of think about, Jen, the story of this day, I think old school, right? Fed comes out, says something good, stocks go up across the board. I think the question now is whether these fears about trade that didn't go away at all today. I mean, there was really, a little bit in the news flow early with Mexico that sounded like it could be better, but that story is still top of mind, front and center for investors. I'm really interested to see what happens tomorrow.
It only takes one tweet, man. Who knows?
Yeah.
Something could happen. Yeah, it doesn't feel to me like really anything changed on the trade front. So I think you can attribute most of this rally to the Fed and also maybe just like technical oversold situations because you pointed out the Russell, obviously that had underperformed, and just looking at a couple other trades that we had been tracking, take a look at the stocks, the chips, and the transports. Both of those have been faring pretty badly. Jared keeps talking about those canaries, and today they were great. I mean, the transports outpaced the Dow. Chip stocks overall, just checking out
looking at some of the names here.
The index. I mean, it's the stocks is going to be up. Philly Semiconductor up 4.2%.
Yeah.
I think on the trade front, though, there was a teeny bit of a positive development when you look at AMLO from Mexico and the Mexican delegation saying, it's going to change by June 10th. We'll have something on the table. And I think that storyline, as much as perhaps on a different day, people would have been like, shrugging it off. Yeah. That could be part of this positive narrative, being like, okay, Mexico is going to make sure to concede in whatever way they can, even though, to his credit, AMLO has actually tripled the number of detainments that are in the border from Central America to Mexico. So I'm curious to see, in actuality, how much more he can do and implement on an infrastructure level to supposedly please Donald Trump.
And certainly by that deadline as well.
Like,
people are already moving through the country. I mean, the headlines aren't going to stop at that point. But for sure, it does seem like something, but it's a two-way street.
Yeah.